Page S.95, Lesson 17. Rewrite the equation as a compound statement. So what we know is we have two parts here, and the compound statement would be x minus 4 equals 0 or x plus 3 equals 0. Either one of those or both. We can have both. Remember, with or, either one is fine, but we can have both, would give us 0. And if we're going to solve these, x minus 4 plus 4 equals 0 plus 4. X equals 4. We got it. That's 1. And I'm wondering if you can see this answer. Hope you guess it. X plus 3 minus 3 equals 0 minus 3. X equals negative 3. Yay. So those are our two answers. Now the problem gets a little bit pickier, and let me just move the screen up just a little bit so we have room to work. And what we do is we see example 1. Now it says solve for x. The problem is that our x's, we have an x squared and an x, so we're going to have to do a little bit of thinking, and what we're going to do is we're going to go to a reverse distributive. We're going to take something similar. So I see an x in both, and I see that 2 goes into 10 and 2 goes into x. 2x. So let's see here. If I divided both parts by, I can divide everything by 2x. So what my brain is thinking is what happens if I take 2x out of everything. Let me clean that up. That was kind of a mess. So I'm going to take 2x out of both parts. And if you think about it a little bit, what do we know? And I can divide over here too. Why not? Let's keep it simple. So I'm factoring out a 2x. That leaves me with the 2's cancel. There's a 1. And x squared over x, that's x. These x's, there's a 1, and 10 over 2 is 5, and that equals 0. But I have to get back what I had, so what I'm going to do is preserve that with distributive. I'm undistributing, really, and so I write the 2x here. Think about it. 2x times x, that's 2x squared. 2x times negative 5, that is negative 10x. Now I have something that's two parts, each of which I can set to 0. I can say 2x equals 0 or x minus 5 equals 0. Hopefully you see that this is x equals 0 and x equals 5. Now let's look at an interesting idea. What if I said the answers to my question? Let me just give you, this is the answer to the question. The solution set, the solution is the set containing negative 5 and negative 4. What was the question? Well, let's think about this. We know x equals negative 5 or x equals negative 4. So that means x plus 5 would equal 0, or x plus 4 would equal 0. All right, I kind of skipped a bit, but let's say we did x plus 5 equals negative 5 plus 5. That's where the 0 pair came from. Or x plus 4 equals negative 4 plus 4. There's my 0 pair here. So what we know is we have a parenthesis that says x plus 5 is 0 or x plus 4 is 0. That means our equation could have been, we can multiply these now, because as long as one or the other equals 0, then the product of these two is 0. And ta-da! Worked a little bit backwards, but got to an equation that this could be the solution to. I like that. Well, we're still solving for 0. We still have equal to 0 solving for x, but this problem got a lot tougher. This plus sign kind of makes, it's not a product anymore. We certainly don't want to set them equal to each other, but I do notice that we have x minus 3 in common. If I were to pull these two x minus 3's to the front of my equation, x minus 3, keep it a quantity because it was a quantity to begin with, that's gone and that's gone. And what's left is this x plus 5. So let me write this a little more neatly. And we get x plus 5, which is going to equal 0. Now it should be fairly reasonably easy to see that x minus 3 is equal to 0, or x plus 5 is equal to 0, meaning x is equal to 3 or x equals -5. Both of those are good answers. Now, I think that these are several problems that are fairly easy. This one's going to require some factoring. I'm going to leave you to do the obvious ones here, but I'll help you out. This is going to have an x. We'll bring x out. Think of divide by x and divide by x, and that leaves us with x minus 6. So if we were to distribute, we would get x squared, x times x, and then minus 6x. And here, our common factor to pull out is x minus 5. That's what we're going to put in the parentheses to lead. And what do you think we're going to put in the parentheses to end? And I'll tell you that you're right if you guessed x plus 4. Okay, I want you to finish 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Get the answers.